Well, Jalen Hurts signed the first big contract of this offseason when he inked with Philadelphia at $51 million per season. Next up, and like everything in the NFL, one guy negotiates off what the last guy got John. You got Justin Herbert, you got Joe Burrow in Cincinnati. Cincinnati has open talks with Joe Burrow. That price tag will probably be $50 million. They're going to take care of him in some creative fashion. The Chargers have had conversations with Justin Herbert's agent. I don't think they're close to a deal yet. They've got this whole year to get this thing done. It'll be $50 million probably for him. But Tom Telesco really came out of character. He doesn't talk about specific players. He doesn't talk about contracts and holdouts or any of that. He came out and he said, we know, based on my experience having dealt with Peyton Manning's contract in Indianapolis, we have a file as to how to negotiate these type of deals with a star player. But then he said, the quarterback deserves the right to get his proper value. And it's $50 million probably per year, because that's where the NFL's gone to. You know, whether it's Deshaun Watson, Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts, what's going to happen with Burrow, then what happens with Justin Herbert. The player deserves the right to get his value. But, there's always a but. Yeah. But the player must understand we need to have money to go get other good players to put around that great player. So there's a subliminal message right there that we're not going to write you a check for $55 million because we need salary cap space to be able to go get other good players to put around you. Kind of a fascinating way to do business. Herbert is such a different kid. He's cut from such a different cloth. They'll get this deal done. Maybe he even takes less because he understands I can't do this by myself if we have enough money to go get other stars. That's why next year the salary cap is going to impact some of these other guys on the roster. The roster will look different. I firmly believe this will be the final year for Keenan Allen at $30 million plus. Might be the final year for Khalil Mack, who's making like $32 million cap figure. Probably the final year for Austin Eckler, who will go on the open market as an unrestricted free agent, and they can't franchise tag him. But it's kind of interesting to hear what Telesco had to say.
Well, he's not wrong. Telesco's not wrong. I mean, he has to make the math work. He's got his guys work on the spreadsheets to get the numbers to work. But Herbert's going to end up making some amount per year that starts with a 5, right? It's going to be 50, 51, something like that. And the guy deserves it. I mean, he's legit. He's a star. And I'm confident they're going to work something out here, but there's always a little bit of this dance before they have to ink the deal. So when is he on contract for this year?
He's got 1 year left.
Okay, so they're going to probably try to get it done in the off season, so it's not hanging over their head.
Well, either that or the agent may push this and say, "Hey, my guy does not want to play his final year of the old contract without the extension going forward, because what if he gets hurt? Now he's got no market value." And historically, star players, they get the new contract before the final year of the old contract starts. So I think this has to happen between now and Labor Day weekend, just before the season starts.
Yeah, that makes sense. So Justin Herbert, and then next in line is Burrow.
Burrow might get it before Herbert. And there's a difference. I'm not throwing cold water on Herbert because I think he's a tremendous player. Burrow's been to the playoffs. Burrow's won in the playoffs. Burrow was in the Super Bowl in the playoffs. So he probably gets bumped more than Justin Herbert gets bumped.
Yeah, but can Justin Herbert stop the Jacksonville Jaguars from their running game? He can't do both. He can't be on both sides of the ball.
Okay.